Good afternoon, everybody. I'm joined by Port Vale manager John Askey after the Valiants pick up their second consecutive home win on the bounce against Cambridge United. John, that was a gritty performance and a deserved 3 points in the end.
I think so. I think, I thought we controlled the game. We weren't fantastic today, but it was important that we kept a clean sheet and limited Cambridge, I think, to just one header, which was right at the end. So really pleasing defensively how we played, and that's not just the back four, that's the whole team. But we created one or two chances, and I felt we deserved the win.
A response that you wanted and demanded after last Saturday. That must do the boys a world of good in terms of confidence to get that first clean sheet of the season and pick up a win, especially after that result last week.
Yeah, it's really important. The last thing you want to do is go and lose and then lose again. If you can stop that throughout the season, you don't want one loss going into two and then three. So we've managed to do that, and it's important. Obviously, our home form is vital to us. The players are enjoying playing at home. You can see that, and they're giving everything they can. We're trying to play in the right way. Sometimes it's difficult with some of the officials. It's stop-start. There's a blatant penalty that he's not given. One or two decisions are just bizarre, whether it's for them or whether it's for us. But that does slow the game down, and we're trying to quicken it up, and it just keeps getting stopped. And he did at Grimsby, but I was really pleased how the players responded, and our fitness showed again. We had to be patient, but we've bit of magic's won us the game.
Bit of magic. David Amu, he's popped up with a couple of goals and he's got that in him, hasn't he? Nothing can be happening in the game and then all of a sudden he can pop up like that.
That's right, he's got another gear, and sometimes you get a little bit frustrated because you know how much ability he's got, and then all of a sudden he sparks into life and goes past somebody, and he's got a little bit of quality when he gets there as well. And I think it was Richie who got the final touch, so that'll do Richie a load of good as well.
We were talking earlier about the chances you were creating, and you said that it just didn't look like it was going to happen. In that situation, a lot of people would have expected you to bring on an extra striker and go 4-4-2, but there's a reason behind why you didn't, isn't there? Because last week at Grimsby, it showed you go for a game at 4-4-2, you leave yourself a bit open. Would you agree with that?
It does. We were in control of the game, and there wasn't a great deal wrong. And although you want to go for it, you think, well, if we do go with two midfield, we could start losing out, and then we'll lose our momentum. Luckily today it's gone for us. At Grimsby last week, where it was 3-2 and we got to go for it, we just fell apart, and that's why we ended up losing 5-2. So it is a balance, especially if you're doing, you're in control of the game. Sometimes you better being a little bit patient, and that's what we were today. We were patient, and got what we deserved in the end.
And it's important not to panic in those situations because the time's ticking. You're still sticking with 4-3-3, but you're trusting your players, aren't you, to do the job for you?
Trusting the players and the way that we play, and we know we'll get chances. Down the right side and left side, how we manipulate the ball and try to get people into the 18-yard box. That's how we're going to get chances. But it is hard sometimes because obviously you've got people shouting in your ear hole to change it, put another centre forward on and what have you. But just because you put a centre forward on doesn't mean you're going to create chances. Obviously you've got to go longer, and that sometimes at home especially can play into the opposition's hands.
Just talking about the defence for the second, as we mentioned, a big clean sheet for the boys, the first one, and especially after last week, that clean sheet will do that back four, a young back four, the world of good.
It does, but it's the whole team. All the work that the wide men do and the midfield players and centre forward contribute to obviously them not having to do so much. And I don't think Scott, it's probably the first game I've seen Scott play since I've been here that he hasn't had to make a save. And that's a good team performance when we do that. And say after last week, it can only give everybody confidence.
A quick look ahead to Tuesday now, the start of the Leasing.com trophy. A chance to perhaps rotate the squad, but it's also, Wembley's at the end of it. Do you use that as a motivation, that hope and possibility of getting to a stage like that?
Yeah, it's the one competition where you think you can possibly win. So it's important that we take it seriously. It does give us a chance maybe to put one or two in, because obviously it's important that if we can rest people for the Saturday's game, because obviously the league's the most important. But no, we'll be wanting to win on Tuesday, and you never know. You get a bit of a run, and all of a sudden you can be in the quarterfinals, semi-finals.
And you've got the squad depth, haven't you? 3 new additions to the squad recently: Jake Taylor, Sean Brisley, and Jordan Archer today. You've got a chance to introduce some of those new players, haven't you?
We have, and as I say, if we get suspensions and injuries, we've got people capable of coming in, and you've got to have that, because it's a long time from now until January. We couldn't afford to leave ourselves short, so hopefully they'll come in, and if we can keep performing as we're doing, when people get the chance, they want to try and stay in the team, and it creates competition, and that's what we're after.